The more rentals you have, the lower your risk, because vacancies are not such a huge blow to your portfolio as an aggregate. Writing the right types of offers begins with subconsciously anchoring the price by talking about your research in the neighborhood and what the property is worth. Then you ask them, what is the assessed value? It's almost always lower. And finally, you ask them, if I can pay all cash and pay you quickly, what is the least you can accept? And then you follow up with, is that the best you can do? Now, for those of you who are utilizing SendFuse, which is our offer writing and driving for dollars technology tool, proof of funds letters are already included. Every time you write an offer out of SendFuse, the exact amount that you need financing for is already included in the deal. I was just talking to one of our clients a few days ago. He used our proof of funds letter to write an offer on a house down in Phoenix, which he bought, fixed, and flipped, made over $200,000 in profit, which he would not have been able to do if he did not have our proof of funds letter. See, when you are talking to sellers and negotiating deals, if you don't have something that says you have the financial ability and wherewithal to purchase that property and somebody backing you with an all-cash offer, you're dead in the water. That's what we provide for you guys through the Arnold system of real estate investment education, through Kogo Capital, through Delio, through SendFuse. Proof of funds letters is critical to your success at that. Okay, now take this duplex, for example. Now, I want you guys to write this down, all right? Because as you are looking for the creme de la creme, the crown jewel of buy and hold real estate, here it is. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,250 square foot, single level with a 2-car attached garage. What you are looking at is the property type that will attract the best tenants who will stay longer than any other property or asset class or type you can have in your portfolio. Right there, you're looking at it, okay? So you want to get as many of these as you can. And if you can't find them, build them, because they rent great, tenants stay a long, long time, and you get tremendous cash flow. Now, this is a duplex I picked up for $444,000. My monthly cost on this is $2,300. It rents for $1,850 per side. Cash flow on a single duplex, $1,374 per month. Pretty incredible. Now, what would an extra $1,374.97 a month do for you? Well, if we do some math, so here's my calculator. If I take $1,347.97 at 12, okay, that is $16,000 a year. And if we just bought, let's call it 4 of these. 4 of the very building you're looking at would produce $65,000 in annual income. Now, statistically, we know that the average person makes roughly $52,000 a year. That's the statistical average nationwide, which means 4 of these would retire the greater majority of Americans out there just by buying 4 of these properties. That's 8 units. 8 units, you're retired. I want you to think about that, because I want to be sensitive. I know that not everyone here is looking to build a massive portfolio of real estate. The last thing you want is 1,000 rental units, right? To you, that just sounds terrible. But what about 8? What if you just had 8 units, 8 rentals? What if we just simplify it? Let's call it 10, okay? 10 of these is going to give you $80,000 a year in income. That's 10 doors. That's it. And by the way, you guys, having 1 rental is the riskiest portfolio you can have. Here's why. If you have 1 rental and it's vacant, you have a 100% vacancy rate. If you have 2 rentals and 1 is vacant, you have a 50% vacancy rate. But if you have 10 rentals and 1 is vacant, you have a 10% vacancy rate. Okay? So contrary to popular opinion or belief, the more rentals you have, the lower your risk. because vacancies are not such a huge blow to your portfolio as an aggregate. Okay? So I would shoot for 10. So on the notes in front of you, I want you to write down the number 10. 10 is the goal. I want every single one of you to own 10 units, not 10 buildings, 10 rentals, which means it could be 5 duplexes, it could be 3 fourplexes, it could be 2 fiveplexes, it could be 1 10-unit or 12 unit. But I want everybody to have a goal of just 10. 10 will produce $80,000 a year in passive income. Now, for those that want to do more, that's awesome. Let's do more. But let's start with 10 if you haven't done anything.